We're about to go catch a coyote. Mr. Bill has one. It's Saturday, January 14th, 2023, and we are up in Arkansas at our hunting lease, and we have Mr. Bill up here. He's been up here the last several weeks snaring coyotes, and this morning he has one in a snare. So we are gonna go help him load it up and put it in the truck.
I've got a pretty coyote this morning, number 21.
Number 21 on the year?
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, you gonna let Danielle catch him?
We're gonna load it in the truck.
All these people pretty interested in the coyote snaring.
It's ready. All you gotta do is put the net on his neck.
I think they're looking for more tips on this stuff, Mr. Bill.
Some more tips?
Yeah, more tips.
I'm just
Come on, Josh.
he's not gonna get up here any closer. That's a pretty good sized coyote.
It is a pretty good one, ain't it?
He played all night and resting now.
He's resting.
I'm gonna get the new things down there.
Sure. You stay out back here.
Oh, Jesus.
That'll make you call on the Lord.
Just be ready to jump.
I am. Probably jump in your lap.
Be ready to run.
Hold tight. You got him. You get behind them ears.
Most effective way I've seen of getting coyotes gone. These things are predators. They killing our baby deer, our rabbits. Keep our rabbits white, slam out.
Y'all take that and redo it.
Reuse half that snare.
Yeah. Just keep my little keepers.
Mr. Bill was letting her know that there was a snare right here. Y'all can see how he sets them up. We went over that in a video last year. He's got it anchored in the ground. He's got goat weed propping it up on each side. One on this right side over here is on the swivel, and on the left side it's just a piece of goat weed that's got a split in it. He uses that to hold his snares up and kind of grasses it in on each side. It's right there in that trail. They come up that trail, head goes right in there. That's how he's snaring them. He ain't happy about it, but I ain't real happy he's been eating on our little deer either.
That's two down here.
I'm gonna ask you, one thing we did the video last year on how you set them snares and all, but something we didn't go over was baiting them and the legalities on it. And I ain't real sure in that video that we really let people know the best way to get these coyotes attracted and get them in to these catch sites and to snare them. So I ain't sure on all the states, but Arkansas, like, can you tell me, like, go over like what's legal and how you can bait for them and what we can utilize as far as baits and stuff like that to help on this predator control thing?
Yep. Your old deer carcasses during deer season, if you'll pile them up in the right place, they'll just keep coming in there eating on them, and they'll make their little trails in. And or if you kill a wild hog, they'll eat hogs too. So just think about what you want to do, and you'll be successful.
Now you get deer carcasses, I mean, you get them from processors, or we keep you some here on the club. We keep certain bait piles that we keep kind of ready and keep them coming to. And they're kind of baited up, already coming in when you get ready to snare after deer season, right?
Yeah, it really helps a lot when you've already got coyotes coming in. All I got to do is set snares and check them.
So what about the bait? And I know our in the past, before you started snaring for us, when we had trappers using jaw traps, we still was doing kind of the same thing. We had our bait sites, and he'd always catch 2 or 3 around those. I mean, our gut pile sites, you know, and he'd always catch 2 or 3 around those sites. But I know last year you caught as many as what, 9 on one dead hog.
Oh yeah, 9
that we kept for you after we trapped him. So
just leave it there, and they'll keep coming.
Probably tie it off to a tree or something like that, so they
don't. They'll drag it off.
They'll drag off a 200-pound hog, won't they?
They sure will.
It's kind of hard to tell in this video, but you know, these pine plantations like this, where there's a lot of grass and stuff, is kind of what he's looking for. And you can't hardly see it, but like right here's a trail, you know. So places like these trails, these game trails and stuff, is what he's looking for. But you got this trail right here that's coming up. I was just on the other side of this snare, how he's got it set. But what you're trying to do with these bait piles is he'll get them started coming in here to a bait pile, and if he wants to keep these coyotes alive, I mean, if you're trying to kill them, it don't really matter. But if he's trying to keep them alive, you can't set a snare over next to that pine tree, or they'll choke themselves out. But now a lot of times, like even if you don't have trails in here, if you put a bait pile, you'll get 5 or 6 trails coming into it.
Oh yeah, it may take them a week, but they'll find it and they'll make their own trails, and just like this. And I've got a snare set right there.
That's one of the trails coming into this bait pile.
And you can kind of camo it in a little bit, but I'll catch a coyote right here before it's over with.
So Arkansas, you got to be how many feet from the bait?
20 feet.
20 feet. So I'm not sure about some of the states, other states, but Arkansas, you got to be 20 feet from the bait. And as you can see, there's no bait nowhere around here, but let's say he's got his bait way up in there, probably 30, 40 feet up in there. Yeah. And the snare's down here. You know, the bait's actually way the other side of where the coyote was.
About 30 yards up there.
But where he puts his bait in one central location, he can make a big circle around that bait and come in here and find all these trails and just set his snares back in these trails.
And you get one right here, they'll come around, they'll come in the backside the next time. They'll come in from the backside. They smart.
Most time you won't catch one after that one's done tore the ground up, made a bunch of scent right there. So they won't come back. You'll catch them in another snare. But you do catch, I know last year we caught 2 on the same bait pile like one night, right?
Oh yeah, I'll catch a double. Several nights I'll catch a double.
You ever catch 3 like it?
No, I've never caught 3. I've caught 3 close, but not on the same.
But you may catch 2 on the same bait site in one night.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a pretty good night right there.
That's right.
So and one more thing you was talking about a while ago, you said something about how many deer a coyote will take out.
Isn't it 19 fawns?
That's what I'm reading is biologist studies are showing that a female during the fawning season, when she's trying to raise her fawn, that a female's raising pups at the same time, and they'll take out, one female will take out as many as 19 fawns in a fawning season. So that's you caught 5 coyotes this morning.
Had a good morning.
You looking at 95 fawns right there. 95.
Yeah.
He's got his goat weed here. Is both ends of that goat weed the ones with the splits too, or is that's cypress weed there, ain't it?
Texas
and then these are goat weeds. He finds them with the 3 or 4 prongs. That's what he holds that swivel with. We showed that in a previous video.
Yeah. Hang my little swivel on and then go from there.
Yeah, we showed the setup in the other video. That's his bucket full of snares. He's finna go put some more out for us. The other end is like this.
Sure.
What's that, about 16, 18 inches long?
Yeah, probably.
And he
14,
just
16 probably right.
cuts in and splits it, and that's actually a piece of cypress weed, but you can use whatever you want, I think.
I may have used that in a couple of years.
That cypress weed's light. Yeah, that one's been used because it's been stuck in the ground. So you reuse them then.
Yeah.
I
If
got
I don't
you.
catch a coyote.
If you don't, if you catch one, it's over with.
Yeah. If
Better
I
get
pull
you.
my snares, I can take them up and use them again.
I got you.
Here's a stick right here. See this goat weed right here?
It's goat weed right here. He's gonna show us right here.
All you gotta do is cut that.
That's your goat weed.
Yeah.
That's all he do is take that, cut it,
Cut it off.
and clip them 4 little pieces off right there, and you got you a prop stick for one side of your snare with a swivel.
That's it. Now I'll use that one. That's a pretty one.
He gonna show us how he makes these out of that. You just cut that off at an angle where you can got your
stick it in the ground and
shears there. That's your goat weed. That's it. That's how he makes his little prop.
Yeah, that's all it takes right there.
And this thing will what? Just kind of spin or something if it's got that swivel on it, or they'll just knock it down when they hit it.
Pull it off.
They'll pull it off.
Pull it off or break it.
I got you.
Either one. So yeah, that'll be good to go right
That's
there.
it. He done got a little relaxed now.
Okay, so.
Yeah, he's easing up a little bit. He's getting a little more friendly.
He was showing teeth just a second ago.
He was growling at you.
No,
Probably
he was just showing teeth.
Probably got tired of us talking to him.
He was like,
Probably growl at
But
me.
we're gonna get him off our hunting lease. Mr. Bill's gonna take him somewhere else.
Oh yeah.
Get rid of him. We don't want him around here.
Turn him loose somewhere else.
Yep. Go set him free.
go put him in a pen.
Yeah, we're just showing y'all a little bit of what we do up here. Mr. Bill's doing us a favor. We try to take care of him. He's retired. This is what he likes to do. You got a couple different leases you snaring on
Yep.
right now.
And I set 20 snares yesterday, and I had 3 coyotes this morning. And Mr. Burke up there runs them for me, and I don't have to drive to Blevins every day.
You caught 5 this morning.
Yep.
5 coats, that's a pretty good morning, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Because, I mean, a lot of you sets, you'll have, what, 5 or 6 snares in one set, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We ain't out here trying to just wipe the wildlife out or nothing like that for no reason at all. This is predator control. These coats, they used to not be this thick native, was they? Years ago.
No.
And they kind of crossbred up, and they've turned into a critter that kills everything. And if we've found out over the years, if we don't do some management on them, you just ain't gonna have no wildlife. I mean, they're killing they're a killing machine. They kill the fire out of the rabbits. They will wipe a rabbit population. I used to rabbit hunt a lot, and they will wipe a rabbit population and slam out.
Just turn your dog out at the house sometime, and coyotes will kill your pet too.
They'll kill a dog. They'll kill a dog. They'll kill anything they can eat. You know, you all seen the videos of the deer and things that they killing big bucks. You know, it's not just a little deer that they'll kill. You take 3 or 4 coats to take a big buck down. And I know guys that's got deer in high fences and stuff, and I can tell you, if a dog or coat gets in there and nips one of those deer, that deer's gonna die. Like if he gets one bite mark on that deer, they'll go into shock and die a lot of times. And some of these deer are tough, some of them ain't. So a lot of these deer, if a coat just nips them, they'll end up dying, you know, and that coat will track him down, and he might find him a mile from there, but he'll end up eating him before it's over with. So we up here doing God's work.
I love it.
That's gonna be it for this one. God's Country Hunting and Fishing, keeping it real.